Blog Talk Radio.
Happy Monday, everybody. It is noontime here in Maine, at least, and I'm getting ready to go out for starting Wednesday. I'll be away for a week. We're going to the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics annual conference in New Orleans, so I'll be gone until next Thursday. That's the 16th. Actually, we're going to start shows again on the 17th. Please check our schedule. We do have a couple of shows, including this one lined up for this week, and we got more coming up on Thursday and Friday next week, but we will be away, and so I invite you to listen to our archive shows over there. My name's Larry Jacobs. This is K-12 Education Talk Radio. We have a wonderful show with our good friends from the National Catholic Educational Association. Coming right up, President of the Association, Brother Robert Bimonte, and the Executive Vice President, Patrick Lofton, are our guests today. They'll be with us in just a second, and we're going to be talking about the conference coming up, I think next week, if I'm not mistaken, in Pittsburgh. And Brother Robert will tell us all about that and all the exciting things that are going on over there. We're going to tweet out this show, as we always do, at EduTalk Radio, at EduTalk Radio. If you are involved in education, please follow us. We will follow you in return, so it builds both of our egos. Excuse me, nicely. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cough. Couldn't help myself there. At EduTalk Radio. And we are going to archive the show, as we always do, at our website, which is education-talkradio.org. All of our NCEA shows are sponsored by my good friends over at School Reach, and they're asking the question with this statement: over 25% of Catholic schools use School Reach. They want to know if you do too. With school-to-parent communication solutions that save you money and time and help you keep parents happy and enrollment up, School Reach at schoolreach.com is a partner in your school's success. Now, in addition to the easy-to-use communication tools they offer, School Reach has some awesome free professional development for Catholic schools. And besides sponsoring the shows here for NCEA on Education Talk Radio, School Reach offers critically acclaimed, and they are, free webinars throughout the year. There's one coming up this week on April 10th about marketing your Catholic school. Marketing your Catholic school, free webinar on April 10th. Go to schoolreach.com/PD, schoolreach.com/PD to sign up for this or any of the free upcoming webinars. You can do that today. Also, and we're going to talk about this today, if you are going to the Pittsburgh NCEA annual conference, okay, please go over to the School Reach booth and say hello. They are at booth 1310. That's booth 1310 at the conference. They got some great speaking sessions coming up on school lockdowns and emergency response planning. How important is that? Technology in Catholic schools and threat assessment for schools. Please check it out. You'll get all the information, booth 1310 at the NCEA convention. They're committed to the Catholic school market. They're a partner NCEA. Let them be your school's partner, too. And thank you, folks at School Reach, for sponsoring these shows. You've been great friends of the show. And I have two guests and three numbers on, so one of my people is going to have to hang up. Let's see who that is. Brother Robert, are you there?
Yes, I am, Larry.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, and welcome back to the show. And is Patrick, are you on? Patrick?
Yes, I am, sir.
Wait a minute, let me get you here. I'll get you here in a second. Okay, Patrick, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
There you go. Well, who's on this third line? Is that my buddy Shannon? Shannon, are you there? Are you listening?
Yes, this is Shannon. I'm just listening in.
Gotcha.
Is that okay?
Of course it's okay. Shannon Andrea is the communications manager, and you're welcome here anytime, Shannon. Okay, no problem, all right? So welcome, Shannon, by the way. It's good to hear your voice.
Thank you.
You're welcome, okay? Okay, Brother Robert, how long have you been president now of NCEA?
Since July 1.
So is this your first conference as president?
Oh, well, my first conference as president, but having worked at the association for 12 years, this is my 12th as an NCEA staff member, and I went for many, many years when I was a member of the association. So I couldn't even tell you. It's probably somewhere between my 20th and 30th conference, if not more.
Well, congratulations. You're going to have a good time, and it's in Pittsburgh. We're going to talk all about it. By the way, the NCEA is at ncea.org. They tweet at NCEA Talk, and to learn more about the conference, go to hashtag NCEA2014. Okay? Patrick, how are you?
Yes, Larry. I'm very good. How are you doing?
I'm just fine. I bet you're looking forward to Pittsburgh as well.
I am. I've actually had the pleasure of visiting Pittsburgh several times and meeting with the host committee along with our events manager, Amy Durkin. So Pittsburgh has kind of become a second home to me in the last year.
It is. Have you heard of, actually, it's like also like Bimonte brothers? Brother Robert, have you heard of that? Yep. Have you tried
I have
one
not.
yet?
I have to be honest. I have not. But
I
I'm looking
will tell you
forward to
that we actually ate there the last time we were in town.
And who said that, Patrick? Or
it's Patrick.
Okay, how was it?
The staff that went up to Pittsburgh, we had lunch there.
Yeah, and how was it?
It was excellent.
Yeah, and
it is a Pittsburgh classic.
It is, and actually, there's one in Fort Lauderdale as well, which is the only one I have been to. And what that is, it's Primonte. Is it Primonte? What is the exact?
I think it's Primonte Brothers.
Primonte, and what it is, they used to have a food cart or a food truck down at the food distribution center, and it was all guys driving in. They had no place to put the French fries, so they got the idea of putting the French fries right on the hamburger, and then enclosing that with the bun. And when you order something there, you get the whole schmear in between the bun. Shannon, it's not for girls.
Right. Hey, it sounds good to me.
Great. It really is a Pittsburgh tradition, and we'll move on from there since I'm from Philly. What can I tell you? All right. Anyway,
okay.
Pound NCEA 2014 and ncea.org/convention will get you there. And I'm going to go right over to brother Robert here. Speak to me. Tell me about the upcoming convention. What are people going to expect besides Primontes, the keynote speakers, etc.? Whichever of you wishes to do that, please do.
Well, I think they're going to have a wonderful experience as they've had for the past 110 years. This convention does mark our 110th anniversary, and we're expecting more than 6,000 educators from throughout the country. From elementary and secondary schools, religious education programs, seminaries, colleges and universities, the whole spectrum of Catholic education, coming together as they have, as I said, for 110 years to learn about the latest innovations, the latest trends in education, and most importantly, to have the opportunity to gather in one place as Catholic educators. As I mentioned to you at the beginning, I've been going to this convention for many, many years, and the experience that everybody remembers is, especially the first time, is when you walk into that general session hall and you are surrounded by thousands of people who all do what you do, believe what you believe, and are committed to Catholic education. And the power of that experience is just amazing. And I still feel it. I still feel it every time I go.
That was well said. That was really good. Speaking of going into that general session, who's going to be the keynote speaker?
Well, we have an opening keynote and a closing keynote. The opening keynote is Cardinal Donald Wuerl, who is the Archbishop of Washington. But before he came to Washington, he was the Bishop of Pittsburgh for many years. He is well known in Pittsburgh, and in fact, they are opening a brand new high school beginning in the fall that is named for him. It's Cardinal Wuerl High School.
Well, that's pretty nice, and the fact that they're building a new high school is also, that in itself is good news for you. I mean,
indeed it is.
These aren't exactly easy economic times, and to have a brand new high school being built is really good news, wouldn't you say?
Yes, absolutely. And it's also a credit and a tribute to the people of the Diocese of Pittsburgh and their commitment to Catholic education.
Well said, and and believe me, it is not easy to get high schools built these days. So you're not kidding when you say it's a commitment. That's incredible. Who's the ending speaker at the closing session?
The closing keynote is Dr. Robert Marzano, who is quite popular in educational circles these days. He'll be speaking to us about the art and science of teaching. He's a wonderful presenter, a true thought leader in education today, and coincidentally, the product of Catholic education.
I did not know that, and that's pretty darn cool. So congratulations. That's a huge name. No offense to the Cardinal, by the way, but I know Marzano is just huge these days. So that's good. That's a great mix for exactly what you're trying to do there. That's wonderful. And Pat, can you guys see each other, by the way, or Shannon? Can you all?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Then I can just ask generic questions, and you can decide who's going to answer. Okay. Besides the keynotes, what are the other program highlights that you want people to be aware of as they're planning to go?
Well, we're really thrilled because at this year's convention we have over 300 professional development sessions that cover a wide range of topics for Catholic school teachers, religious educators, seminarians, pastors, board members. Some of the featured speakers this year, Jody Blanco, who is a foremost expert in this country on bullying in our schools. She is a very, very popular speaker at our convention, has been at our convention for many years, and always pulls in a packed house. Going along the theme of technology, and as our schools continue to embrace 21st century technology more and more, we have Erin Egan from Facebook. She is their chief compliance officer, coming in to talk about social media and how schools can create safe environments using social media and technology in their schools. And then in a completely different area, we have a very well-known church liturgist and musician by the name of David Haas, who has written many, many songs that many Catholics around this country are very familiar with from singing at Mass, and he's going to be doing a workshop for religious educators and for teachers in our Catholic schools. So those are just a few of them, but we...
Stop there for a second. I'm curious, what kind of workshop will he be doing? It's interesting.
He's actually going to be doing a interactive workshop where there's some opportunity for practitioners to reflect on their practice, but it's also interactive in that he's going to have people moving and singing and sharing themselves throughout his presentation.
Nice. That's pretty. I never. No one's ever told me in all the shows that I've done on upcoming conferences. Nobody's ever told me they're having like a person, except for the music teachers, having a musical person there and understand the power of song within their particular. I think that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. I got to ask. You there?
I'm here.
Okay, good. Talk to me about why people should go to the conference.
Well, as I said, it's an opportunity to experience.
This is your sales pitch, so it's got to be really.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Why should they go to the conference?
As Pat mentioned, the opportunity to be able to choose from over 300 sessions is something that only NCEA could do. Dioceses certainly hold their own individual educational conferences, but it would be very difficult for them to bring in the number of speakers that we bring in. So it's exposure to some of the best minds in the country, some of the best speakers that we could gather, an opportunity to see the latest technology in action. And, of course, in addition to the convention itself, there is an exhibition of the newest textbooks, the newest technology, et cetera. So it really is, the job of NCEA is to keep our members updated professionally. And that's a huge reason why we have the convention, is to show people the newest, the latest, the trends that are happening.
318
Larry,
is a lot. Yeah, go ahead, Pat.
Larry, I would add too that the other piece to this convention that's really a wonderful opportunity for educators to network and connect with each other, and to create lifelong relationships where they can share ideas with people around the country. And that's one of the beauties, having gone to this convention as a teacher, a principal, superintendent of schools. You meet people from all over the country, and what you realize is how much you have in common with the people that you meet, and that you are unified under this mission of serving students in a very rich faith-based educational environment. The other piece that I would add is that our exhibitor area is actually recently been recognized as one of the fastest growing trade shows in the United States. And this is based on last year's numbers when we were in Houston, Texas. But we draw exhibitors from all over the country, and they showcase the latest, greatest products for educators to utilize in their classrooms and schools. And we're really thrilled that we have such a wonderful commitment by our exhibitors who come back year after year and show what they can offer to so many teachers around this country.
Right, and I always say, and I say this with every conference that I talk about, it is so, I mean, the sessions are wonderful, et cetera, at any given conference, okay? But please go to the exhibit hall, and first of all, they are the people who strongly support the conference. It's key that you visit the booths, okay? And the most important thing is you're going to see, a lot of these companies can't get to you because you might be in some small town in the middle of nowhere, but you can get to them at the conference, all right? And you can hold in your hand and see and talk to the representatives there. And it's just so important to get into that exhibit hall. I can't say enough, because you are going to have a good time in Pittsburgh, but you got to go to the exhibit hall. That's my pitch for the exhibit hall. Okay, and by the way, you got to go to booth 1310. That's School Reach. You're sponsoring today's show. Was that there? Is that okay to say that? And I had to put that in.
Larry, I was just waiting for it. Waiting for it. And School Reach has a great friend of NCEA.
They are a great friend of yours, and you're good friends of theirs. And I tell you, I talk to AJ over there all the time. They're really looking forward to the conference. They are really looking forward to the conference. They put together some great things, and I'm sure the other companies have too. So please, check it all out. It is absolutely terrific. One of the things I find interesting, and this is important, you have the hashtag NCEA 2014 for Twitter. Okay, and Twitter, you have Connected Educators. There's Catholic education sites on there where folks can communicate. But Brother Robert was saying how they have a diocesan conference for education, but that's everybody in the diocese. And what
Correct.
People and everywhere people need to talk to people in other dioceses or in other school districts. Okay, or whatever the case may be. Because the one thing you don't want to do, especially in tight economic times, is have to spin your wheels reinventing the wheel. Somebody's probably already doing it or thinking about it, and they can save you so much time. So when you get to these conferences, you're networking, you're talking to people, and boom, next thing you know, your ideas are moving to quicker fruition. It's just so important to network. It's so important, right?
Great insight. Thank you.
Very true.
Even in the age of Twitter, nothing beats a face-to-face meeting. Although my good friend Shannon, you still there?
I
Shannon?
am.
Okay, but you're tweeting out. Just tell us for a second. Do you do the tweeting for the tweeting for NCEA? Just get into that for a second.
Yes, NCEA staff will be tweeting throughout the conference, and this is really an effort to engage both attendees who are there in person as well as those who couldn't make the conference to attend themselves.
It's terrific. And the hashtag will be working, hashtag NCEA 2014. Okay, we'll get you a heck of a lot of information over there. Okay, Shannon's the communications director over at NCEA and doing a whale of a job, I might add, Shannon.
She is. She's doing an awesome
great.
job.
Isn't she great?
Thanks, Larry.
You're welcome, Shannon. Okay, Shannon. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for Shannon Andrea, but I don't have my little clothes. I ran out of battery.
Well, it's great to be here.
Okay, all right, lunchtime's over. Get back to the desk. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. All right, now, moving. All right, you're going to honor a lot of people there. Okay, and I'm going to say something about that before you get into that. I was just, NCEA, the Science Teachers Association, was just in Boston, and I was there, and they had a nice gala event, sit-down dinner, the whole schmear, on Friday night, and it was all simply to honor science teachers from across the country. They honored, I'll say, 50 of them for doing really cool things, and that is so darn important because teachers, be they Catholic or public school teachers or private school teachers, whatever, okay, they work so hard, and it's so nice to just sit there and watch them be honored. So tell me about some of the awards you're going to give out to administrators and teachers and all that sort of thing.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. We are always amazed year in, year out by the incredible work that's being done in Catholic schools and religious education programs throughout this country. And this is just a wonderful opportunity to highlight. And just as you said earlier, you may get somebody may get a wonderful idea when they hear this person's story and what they're accomplishing in their school or their parish. This is probably the highlight of the convention for me, is to present these awards and to honor the people who have given their lives. Really, they just give so much, as you well know, for such very little salary, and their commitment speaks volumes. So we will be honoring teachers on both the elementary and secondary level. We'll be honoring administrators as well. We also honor pastors in the parish schools. The pastor is key, and his support is essential to the successful running of the school. We will be honoring boards of education who assist in on the local level and also on the diocesan level to make sure that the mission of Catholic schools go forward, and we will also be presenting a seminary award as well. So again, in the whole spectrum that NCEA tries to serve, we try to highlight the best of the best and hold them up as examples, but also hold them up to be honored for the great work that they've done and the incredible contributions they've made.
And how will you award those? Will there be a special session or during one of the, a special assembly, whatever you want to call that? What will that look like as you honor them?
The awards are presented throughout the convention. Some awards are presented Monday night at the President's Dinner. Some awards are presented at individual departmental dinners.
Nice.
So we spread it out. We will run a slideshow, though, at our general sessions showing each of the award winners across the whole association, so everybody gets to see them.
That is absolutely excellent. By the way, I just want to remind people, since we're talking about it, the NCEA 2014 Convention and Expo, I said it was next week. It's April 22nd through the 24th. Okay?
That's correct. 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yes, at the
when you said it was next week, Larry, I was getting a little nervous because we're not ready for next week.
Bad enough.
We need 2 weeks. If you could see our lobby and conference room right now, it's packed with boxes heading to Pittsburgh later this week. So,
NSTA, bless their hearts, they had the presidential gala and they had it down to no pun intended, down to a science. And then when they hit the thing to start the slides, the audio didn't work with it. Okay, so the host was reading along with the slides, and every time he finished, all of a sudden the audio would kick in and say what the slide was. It was just so silly. It was so silly. It's so much fun because I love it when that happens because it just proves we never get out of sixth grade with assemblies. So don't worry about it. Everybody has a good time, okay, and they love honoring everybody, and I hope that yours goes smooth. By the way, I noticed it's the David Lawrence Convention Center. When I was a kid, he was governor of the state. He was very popular.
There you have it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful building.
I didn't even know that because in Philadelphia we don't believe there actually is a Pittsburgh.
That's spoken like someone who is truly from Philadelphia, because you don't see beyond your own borders.
I live in Maine now, but we don't know if there is one or why there's one, but I guess it's out there somewhere. So we'll let you know. It's a good city and all that sort of stuff. You can have.
That's a great city, and I will just say, Larry, that the David Lawrence Convention Center is probably one of the one of the most beautiful convention centers in this country because it has so much natural light. And you come up into this main floor where our registration and marketplace will be, and there's a wall of windows that looks out onto the river, and you see all these bridges that span the rivers in Pittsburgh, and even in the general session space where we will have our liturgies and our general sessions, there's actually a natural light coming in through skylights above, and in so many convention centers today you don't see natural light, so it's really a beautiful space, and we're taking advantage of all that light throughout the convention.
And there is no more important conference to have natural beams of light than NCEA because they're coming down from heaven. Was that good?
Exactly.
Oh, God, that's beautiful,
that is inspirational.
That good? Right?
That was wonderful. Can we use that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I will share this aside with you, Larry, that when I went on one of my first site visits to Pittsburgh and we walked through that area with the convention center staff, they said, "Oh, we can cover up all these skylights so the space is darkened for your session." And I said, "No, we want natural light. We want natural light to pour in."
Well, that would be silly to darken it. Let that natural light come in. Shannon. Okay, I have to ask you this one. Okay, I'll ask Shannon if she wants to be asked for this. Okay, social media. I know you're using the hashtag and all that. Is there a virtual side to the conference? Like if somebody's in Elk Vomit, Montana, and they can't get to Pittsburgh, okay, can they watch virtually, or is there anything going on like that?
We're
by the way, yes,
I did say
Elk. By the way, I did say Elk Vomit, Montana. It's a small town, and we'll move on from there.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that's one thing that we are thinking through at this point, but for sure we will be recording all the keynote sessions and making sure they're online available for those who are not there at the conference to see.
Yeah, because, it's hard. Again, the budgets these days, everything's tight. It's so important that they don't miss the message, okay? And now, Shannon, I got another one for you. You ready for this?
Sure.
When you have your tweet up, you're going to call it the tweeting at the meeting.
That's right.
Is that good? Tweeting at the meeting.
Tweeting at the meeting. I like that.
What do you think? Good? Okay.
Yeah, and we will have a social bar on site this year, so we're encouraging all attendees to stop by, and then we'll be engaging our Twitter and Facebook followers as well.
What is a social bar? Say that again. Say what you just said again.
So we'll have a social bar on site, and this is an area where attendees will be able to come, engage with us on social media and our followers. We'll have recharge stations and daily giveaways, and it's a place for folks to see what we're doing online and connect with us in person on site.
And is it a bar? Literally a bar? Like
no alcohol. Sorry about that.
Oh.
It just has the shape of a bar.
Right.
The shape of a bar. I was wondering about
It's one of the few Catholic gatherings that won't have alcohol at it.
I was just going to say, so it's a social gathering place.
It is a social gathering, and one of the unique things about a tweet up, Larry, is that a lot of times people tweet.
That's a tweeting at the meeting. Tweeting at the meeting.
Tweeting at the meeting.
I love it.
There are many people who actually engage in social media, but they never actually meet one another.
That's true.
one of the pieces to this tweet up is for people who actually communicate via social media to actually meet one another face to face.
It's incredible. Although sometimes that can be disappointing because I tell everybody I look just like Brad Pitt. So that could be disappointing at times. So far, it's like eHarmony, except this is C-Harmony for Catholic. This is good.
We're doing matchmaking at this
We're
event.
We're not playing matchmaker.
What's that called? Christian singles. I can't think of what that thing's called.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So maybe we should add that to our attendance, our attendee survey. If you met someone you'd like to get to know better.
Well, actually, and the cardinal will be there to perform ceremony, so this will work, and there will be priests there, so this is going to work. I'm telling you, this is really good. Okay, people can go on site to register, I assume, right? They just go to ncea.org/convention, right?
They can register online, and they can also register in person. We do on-site registration as well, right. And rates start as low as $105.
That's great. That's terrific. And I have this note here. Somebody talked to me about Title II-A funds, which I don't know what they are.
Title II-A is a federal program that provides monies for staff development. And it's monies that are available to both public and private school teachers. And so within each school district, a certain amount of the Title II-A funds are allotted for the private schools. Private schools can request to use that money to attend the convention. Huh.
That's interesting. So schools can, and is there still time to do that? I mean,
at this point, if they applied, they would most likely have to get reimbursed. They'd have to pay the money up front and then get reimbursed.
But the money will come back to that. That's very, very important. Okay. For people
again, they can only spend within the allotment that they have within the school district. So it depends on what else they've used the money for. But if there's money available that hasn't yet been spent for staff development, they are entitled to use it.
Well, are you guys drive over to Pittsburgh, or do you fly over?
We're actually going to fly.
We're going to fly.
Okay, because it's not that bad a drive. You go to Washington.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah. But
we try to be very financially conscious here, Larry, and it actually can be cheaper to fly than to drive and to park your car for a week.
I won't argue that. Right? That's incredible. We're going to New Orleans tomorrow. Me and my wife and I, we both have business down there at NCEA, the Council of Teachers of Math. Are any of you going to NCEA? Do you go to the other conferences, like NCEA? Math teachers?
We do have staff that go to the other conferences.
Right? It's good stuff. It's good stuff, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to, speaking of Bimonte Brothers, I heard about Mahoney's Po' Boys down in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And their specialty, are you ready? They have a cardiologist on duty, is the chicken liver po'.
Okay.
Right. I'm looking forward to that moment come Thursday. I will.
You're a much more adventurous eater than I am.
Yeah, but you're going to live a lot longer than I will. And also, you're going to heaven, which is really a good thing. So you're going to heaven.
Larry, it's so nice to know this. I don't think I'm that sure about that.
We're
still hoping on that.
We're still hoping. We're doing the best we can.
Well,
but,
you
never know.
I know you're still working on it, but I have it in, and I'm telling you.
Well, thank you.
Okay, this is good stuff. You're going to have a great conference in Pittsburgh, and I hope everybody who's involved. Let me ask one other thing, because I know we have not everybody listening is Catholic, quite obviously. Okay, do any public school like for example, let's take Pittsburgh. They have the Archdiocesan schools there, a school district. Philadelphia, my old town, it's huge. Okay, the parochial schools. Okay, do any of the public school folks go over and attend and find out what's going on and get a little back and forth going?
I know that in the past we've had people from the Office of Non-Public Education, federal employees come and participate. We've had people from the school district come.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't know that we've actually had. I mean, administrators of the school district come. I don't know that we've ever had teachers, but everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome.
I wasn't thinking per se teachers. I was thinking more administrators, because so many kids, and I remember this from my youth in Philly. Okay, kids would start off in the public schools, and then when they got to high school, good friends of mine, they would move off to the Catholic schools, where I'd stay in the public school. Okay, and that coordination of courses and all that sort of thing is not that easy. There should be, I hope, a lot of give and take. I hope a lot of non-Catholic educators, certainly in the Pittsburgh area, pop over. Okay, from the school districts. That would be helpful.
They would be most welcome.
I know they would be. That's why I'm saying it. They should really pop over. They'll get a lot of great information. Brother Robert, as always, wonderful. You're going to have a great time in Pittsburgh. Patrick, you were absolutely excellent. And the lovely Shannon, what more can I say?
Well, we hope you have a wonderful time in New Orleans.
I'm going to have a great time, but it's not going to be as much fun as you three running the show in Pittsburgh.
Well, sometime you're going to have to come to one of our conventions, just to whet your appetite. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just to whet your appetite, next year it's going to be in Orlando, and the year after that, San Diego.
They're both absolutely. And you're not going to fly to Baltimore. I know that. You're going to drive over there, right?
Baltimore? No, Orlando.
Orlando,
Florida.
I'm sorry.
We've had a conference in Baltimore before,
I
but
don't know why
year.
I said Baltimore. It's one of those stupid things. Orlando is great. San Diego is great, and you're going to have a great time in Pittsburgh. Thank you all. You are wonderful. I love having you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Larry.
Everybody have a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a million.
All right.
Look forward to
Larry.
it. Thanks a million.
Great conference. Bye-bye. What a fun group. I always enjoy having NCEA on. They always have some great shows, just great stuff going on there. And I do hope a lot of public school educators, certainly in the Pittsburgh area, pop on over, because it's important for that coordination. The schools work together, I'm sure, and it would be cool for them to go over and see what's doing and hear, again, networking, hear what's going on, because that happens everywhere in the country. The conference, again, let me just give you the exact dates. Go over to ncea.org, and then it's NCEA, the conference, April 22nd to the 24th in Pittsburgh at the Governor David Lawrence Convention Center. And thank you, School Reach. I have to thank you again. You are going to be at booth 1310 at the conference. You've got, this is School Reach, they've got awesome speaking sessions on school lockdowns and emergency response planning, technology in Catholic schools, that's a hot topic, and threat assessment for schools, okay? So go over, check it out, booth 1310, you'll find out what's going on. In addition to all the wonderful, easy-to-use communication tools they offer, and by the way, they mentioned bullying on the show and Cyberbully Hotline. Cyberbully Hotline is part of School Reach as well, okay? So they have schoolreach.com for the parental notification, staff notification, and Cyberbully Hotline, okay? They're also doing awesome, again that word, free professional development for Catholic schools, okay? And again, thank you for sponsoring these shows. We hope they help you. But School Reach also offers critically acclaimed free webinars through the year. One's coming up this week on April 10th. I hope a lot of people sign up. It's called Marketing. How important is that, your Catholic school? And all you have to do is go to schoolreach.com/PD, schoolreach.com/PD to sign up for that one, Marketing Your Catholic School, and I would do that ASAP, or any of the free upcoming webinars. You can do that today. And again, they're at booth 1310 with school-to-parent communication solutions that save Catholic schools and every school money and time and help you keep parents happy and informed, and that in turn keeps the enrollment up. Believe me, School Reach is your best partner in your school's success. Communication is so important. That's what they're going to help you do. Okay, over 25% of Catholic schools already use School Reach, and we hope you do too. Check it out, cyberbullyhotline.com and also schoolreach.com. Okay, thanks, Shannon, for helping me set up today's show. Brother Robert, Patrick, you're absolutely entertaining as always. You guys are always welcome here. Okay, and Shannon, it was a treat to have you on. We're going to archive the show at education-talkradio.org. We're going to tweet it out at EduTalkRadio. Please follow us over there, because we do tweet out a link before and after every show. It's just easier to listen. My name's Larry Jacobs. Check our schedule. It's over at the website, education-talkradio.org. As I say, I'll be going from this coming Wednesday through the following Wednesday. Actually, it's Wednesday to Wednesday. Thanks for listening.